Welcome to Shadow of the First Age, a World of Darkness like meets Conan, is what we'll say. It's what all the rave says, and by that I mean I've said it twice, so that counts.
Come on, you've
We are
said it more than
here.
twice.
Yeah, that's fair. I've said it twice in the last 30 minutes. Does that count? But we are here with the normal Friday group. So our Friday group was playing Nintelli's Legacy prior. We realized that ended brilliantly and no one really had Heirs of Age. So we decided, let's do something different. And we had a whole group of options we walked through. We did like a vote, and the Conan thing kind of won out. My only thing is, I'm not a big like Conan lore guy, and I think we're just looking for the experience of it. And I've been flirting around with this World of Darkness mythological age thing that I've been running a different group through, the Ubar group on Mondays. It's my live buddies. Very different type of game. This will be more like what you'd expect to see in Conan. So over the top normal mortals that can totally die. It's part of Conan, right? Things are deadly, but they're heroic and over the top. By heroic, we don't necessarily mean that they're goody two shoes. They're just badass, maybe action stars, something like that, or, really skilled at what they do. Before we dive in, I want to talk about a couple of basics. We're using Foundry Virtual Tabletop with the World of Darkness, old classic World of Darkness plugin. Each of the characters has a background, let's say, very similar to what you'd expect to see in Conan. So we'll learn about them more so through play because they are starting on the same chain gang of slaves being pulled through a mountainous, cold terrain. And surely that's all the game's going to be. It's going to be like, hey, test your stamina. Okay, you're good. And that's it. Obviously, it's not going to continue for long. This is just a starting point.
It's cardio.
Yeah, it's just a cardio. It's a cardio simulator.
Mm-hmm.
So in addition to that, we've got a new rule I haven't discussed with you guys, so I'll explain that now. For you all, rather than spending a willpower to get one automatic success, for you heroic folks, spending a willpower grants you 2 automatic successes.
Woohoo!
In addition to that, after every combat, every murder, every conflict, when we cut to the end of it, you have 2 options. One is you can restore 1 willpower spent, or if you took a wound, you can reduce the wound level by 1, but only if it's from that combat. You can't take you can't auto heal, through getting in more combats. So, but if you suffer 3 wound levels, you can use that end point rather than regaining a willpower. You can simply have 2 wound levels instead. And wounds heal really slow, so that's kind of important. I think that's something that is if we look at the differences between D&D and Conan, that is one of the points of it. It's deadly. Like there was a point where Conan's held at crossbow range in D&D. Just go, well, I can't die for that crossbow. I'm just going to charge him. Conan surrenders because he's like, oh, point blank with a crossbow? Yeah, you're probably going to kill me. So
right.
That's the vibe we want. Is it action? Yes. Is it heroic? Yes. Could you 1v5 people? Probably, but it's deadly to try, like at the same time, right? And that's kind of the low level hero. We're not talking Avengers. We're talking what other word am I looking for? Like not grim dark per se, but of that mindset. But you guys are the exceptional heroes to that setting. You're slightly, you're cut above.
More like pulp heroes.
Yeah, it's not pulp in setting, but totally, absolutely. Yeah. So it's not as sort of good natured and campy as what I would think pulp to be, but it's definitely. I mean, it was written in the same era that most pulp stories were, so there's definitely some overlaps. And someone's going to butcher me for saying anything like that. They're going to be like, actually, this came out 20 years before this. Yeah, but nevertheless, let's go ahead and cut in if everyone feels ready. Everyone got their sheet. Everyone had time to look over your natures and demeanors and get comfortable with who you're about to play at the highest level possible.
So ready.
We start with you all being pulled along in shackles. Do you remember your captors, these people with adorned with furs, very almost super white skin? And I say white, I don't mean even Caucasian. It's like lighter than what you've ever seen from the lands any of you are from. All of you have been adorned with some basic furs because they want to keep you alive, you know. All of your personal effects have been taken from you, even jewelry, anything like that, gone. All you have is what you need to carry. Everything else is, either been sold away or pocketed by the slavers that have taken you, or who knows. And that's kind of where we pick up. We're going to quickly get a roll off here. I want everyone to roll a d10. To do so, if you don't want to do it from your sheet, you can just go to the bottom right where it says public roll. Click the little dice there. Everyone's figuring it out.
Good start for Bert.
Yeah, that's about normal.
Fucking damn it.
First
Can't get
roll.
away from it. Doesn't matter what I do.
Well,
Yampa. This fucking guy.
Oh, I got
Auspicious.
2 who do it.
okay. Easy enough. So the order goes like this. There are 10 of you being taken along. So it's going to go to Karis, and then certain Sertan, probably. Then Bolivif. And you guys can fix my pronunciations as we talk about the characters, because we haven't really said them out loud yet. So now this is the order of you guys. Safe to say that there are 5 others mixed within this group. And we should establish who is where. So we've got Takaris, we've got Drax's character, we've got Yampa's character. I think there's an NPC next, and then another NPC. So I'm just going to do it this way, just for sake of keys. And then Bluif, Okad, and then the very, very end is Broody. So 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're not going to start. We're not going to do Bert dirty like that at the start of this game.
Yeah, you don't have to do Bert dirty like that right now.
Yeah, he falls off the mountain.
He's gonna do himself dirty.
It's just naturally going to happen from dice. You don't have to force it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's Drax has passed on the.
Oh,
Yeah. Drax has passed on his curse for years in my games to you. So
It's true.
So that is the situation. Now I want to ask if anyone has any NPCs of import that they think are a part of this with them. I don't think so. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
NPCs of note that are with us?
Yeah, that are currently on this chain.
No, all of mine are elsewhere.
Yeah,
Mine are elsewhere.
mine are elsewhere.
Okay. I thought so. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So we're going to start, folks, with something I do sometimes in more narrative games, stolen from John Wick. Things true. We're not going to worry about 3. We're going to worry about 1 each. Every one of you gets to name sort of one thing true as we start this scene with you sort of ascending up the side of the snowy mountain. When we say things true, this doesn't have to be within the realm of your character. It can be something about one of the NPCs, either one of the people that's with you all on the chain gang or the soldiers that are walking you. So these folks, these slavers, there's about you would outnumber them, but barely. Like there are roughly about half a dozen here. We'll say 6 just to make it easy. So you've got them by 4, but you're unarmed, unarmored, and attached to a chain gang, which is why, why this is going well for them at the moment. But things are about to change, or else we wouldn't be playing a role-playing game. So let's go ahead and just throw it up to volunteers. Anyone have one right away that they can think of? Their thing true?
Yeah, there's a blizzard.
Okay, so that's a change, right? It wasn't a blizzard.
You.
wasn't a blizzard. Now there's a blizzard. That's like the shift.
Mhm.
Yeah. So winds have picked up. Snow is falling to the point where it's hard to see and it's hard to traverse this terrain.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyone else want to follow that up?
An electric blizzard.
One of the captives is coughing up a lung. Obviously, he's sick.
Do you have a specification for? So we've got slots 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 as unnamed NPCs. Do you want to assign the sick one to one of those? I can do it at random if you'd rather.
Let's say it's number 9.
Okay, so it's the one right in front of you. Okay, done. So we got one from Trent, one from Bert. Anyone else? Anyone else got a?
Yeah, Cars, since he's at the front of the line, is being roughed up a bit more because he seems to be dragging his feet, so to speak.
Okay, so like the third closest to the front, right behind Yampa's character, Sertan. How do you say that? Because I want to say certain, but then it sounds like an
Yeah, the pronunciation
I
is a
wanna
little bit
say
uncertain.
Sertan. I can
It is
try.
very certain.
Sertan. Yeah. Okay, I can try. I'll butcher that, but I can get it better than you sounding like a knight named Sertan, and I can also avoid Sir. Okay. So, and you said getting roughed up, right? Dragging his feet.
Yeah, because he's kind of Takaris, one of my characters, actually dragging his feet. Reason unknown at this point, but yeah,
Okay, so
it's intentional. Yeah,
it's not you doing it though; it's this guy, right? Just to be clear, this NPC.
I mean that'll work. That works too. Yeah, because you have the one sick one too already, right? Yeah, so that's good. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because if it's you, it's not a thing true. It's just something you get to
That's
role play
true.
on.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be
Okay.
right back. I'm being summoned from the other room.
Okay, just make sure it's not a sorcerer. They're bad in these settings. So, we will go to that leaves Yampa and Wergar.
What kind of weapons do they have? Are we talking like clubs?
What are they using? They have predominantly spears and stone spears and stone daggers.
I'd say that perhaps one of them has like the dagger on their belt is like very loose and it's like jiggling and jiggling a lot, and not with the blizzard.
Okay, I will do that. So one of the slavers has a loose dagger on the belt, and then that leaves you. Where
I would say that the guard nearest to Bulvi seems to be more amicable with him. It's easier for them to talk to each other, and it doesn't seem like it's more like it's a traditional slaver back and forth. They seem kind of amicable with each other and could talk.
Okay, so you've developed so your character has developed a rapport. One of the guards
Yes.
nearest to him. And we'll assume that this is from because your character is a bit more of a talker, right?
Yes, and it kind of seems like he's talking too much.
My spelling's failing me. That'll be good enough. So that's the start of the scenario. So this guard or this third one in the chain starts dragging his feet, and the other one's coughing. And one of the guards up front, or one of the men up front, he doesn't have a spear; he has a whip, and he comes up and he just starts cracking it on the back of the one dragging his feet. And they have to pull him off him because it's like, that's not helping, guys. Like, that's not getting us to where we need to go, you know? So it's needless to say, it's not the most popular of actions with their own group. It seems like things are chaotic. And at that, I will get a perception alertness, but I want you to subtract certain things based on where you are. So
Oops, I clicked the wrong
this is our first roll ever. Roll initiative. You're like, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just see where. Yep. Takaris and Satan, you both perception alertness rolls. Difficulty 6. Bully with Okad, perception alertness difficulty 8, and Barudi difficulty 9.
Yeah.
No bonus.
We said
Got him.
6 for Takaris and myself.
Yeah. It's because it's happening close to you, if you like kind of want the explanation for this, versus way up the way when there's a snowstorm that we just established is making it hard to see.
What was the difficulty for Bulvi again?
Where were you again?
He's in front of me.
8.
8. Okay.
Okay. You see one of the guards go and pull the guy with the whip off the one that's dragging his feet, and they're like, we gotta move. But you notice the one that pulls the guy, the guy with the whip away. You watch as a stone dagger falls off his belt into the snow. This falls real close to Takaris and Sertan, but also the guards are right there with you. You also, the two of you look back. Who else succeeded? Okad did, and did anyone? I guess Barudi, because he's way in the back right now.
I had no successes whatsoever.
Yeah. So for Trent and Wergar, both of your characters, Belief and Okad, you both see it as well. And you kind of, all four of you, Takaris, Sertan, Okad, you all exchange eyes, like you all saw it.
I think you may also notice as the whip cracks on this guy and, maybe he yelps in pain or he falls over, whatever, there's like a small smile that creeps onto the face of Okad as well. Just like, he seems pretty happy with that outcome of that guy getting whipped.
Yeah. So, if Sertan or Takaris, if you're really comfortable with being discreet about this, you can try to grab it, or you can trust that Okad or Bullywif might, or someone down the chain might have a better opportunity than you. You know that you're surrounded by guards because the one that got whipped is right around you, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna grab for anything. It's not my specialty. I think if anything, he'll not nudge for maybe slightly motion for Takaris to grab it if he does, then he'll be ready to do something. But Sertan is not gonna do anything with the dagger at the moment.
Understood. Okay. So just confirming with Takaris if you're going to bother or if you want to leave it.
Kars isn't exactly subtle, so he after he kind of makes eye contact with everyone that seems to have noticed it, he just kind of shakes his head briefly, and then he kind of passes it off. He just kind of makes it look like he didn't see nothing for right now.
Without metagaming too much, I think you'll probably see Okad just glance with sort of a predatory look at the guards that are nearby. I won't try to explain what that means because it's probably a tricky situation to communicate, but he just kind of looks at a couple of guards.
Well,
and then...
we got something there for you. Manipulation and expression.
There we go.
Cool. A total of 1 dice. Yeah.
Nice.
1 success. All right. We can have the Sertan and Takaris. You can make Bullywif. We'll get you involved, Birdie, very soon. But we'll get you all to make a perception or wits empathy is what I'm looking for.
What difficulty are we looking at?
Difficulty will be 7 because of the only ones. All right. So for those that succeeded with at least 1, why don't you quickly convey Okad what you are?
He's trying to suggest that wants a distraction.
Right. So to the ones in the front, you're looking to a distraction. Takaris, you miss it, unfortunately. You know that you're trying to play real cool, like I don't know there's a dagger there, but you also unfortunately miss any signal that
right,
exactly. Looking.
Yeah.
At the same time, Sertan, you do notice sort of Okad calling for a distraction, suggesting that as he pulls up to it. Well, I'll leave it at that. You can interpret what the distraction looks like.
I think he's going to play into his older age, and he's going to fall to his knees and try to drag the dude that's being whipped like try to push him forward so he kind of like falls alongside with him.
Okay, so you're gonna like sort of rebel temporarily. You're gonna cause that distraction.
Yeah, more like not like outwardly like make it seem like I'm openly rebelling. More like I'm falling. Oh, I'm so tired, and while I'm falling, I'm kind of like
Oh, okay,
dragging this dude.
okay. So we'll say that they pull on the chain again, and you guys start moving a bit. So Sertan and Takais, you've passed the knife as the next group. It's now moving towards Okad and Believe. At this point, there's one other guard back here, the one that you've established a relationship with Wergar. So you also saw the dagger, so you can see Okad is approaching. Do you want to do or say anything to this guard? He looks panicked. He looks like he wasn't expecting the snow, and he's starting to worry, like, with the sick guy behind you, he's starting to worry that this is going poorly.
Bulvi will immediately start talking with the guard, keeping his attention on Bulvi. You always hate how the weather just decides to get terrible out of nowhere. I can't stand it, honestly. What about you?
The one we serve can change the weather. With that, you can give me a manipulation and either performance or subterfuge.
What was the difficulty?
6 is fine. Okay. 1's enough. He's still got his wits about him. He's looking about, but he's like nodding to you. And he says that statement, but his eyes are distracted for a moment. You know that he might be more of a problem in a minute, though. He's not fully like engaged in your conversation as much as you want. At that point, Sertan, you fall over on the guy with the whip. I don't think he's going to even try and guess whether that was on purpose or accident. I think he's just going. We've already seen him whip someone. I think he just pulls out the whip and cracks it on your back. You take 1 health level of damage as he does so. But it's opened up an opportunity for Okad.
Yeah, can I just like stealthily pick up the dagger as I go past?
Yes.
In these distractions.
So you can either use stealth or subterfuge. Let me know which, and you'll have a different. So Dex, it'll be Dex and stealth, or wits and subterfuge.
Yeah, we'll go Dex stealth. Dex stealth 6.
While he rolls that, how do we do the damage here?
Okay, yeah, good question. I haven't looked at the sheet recently. I think you just click the box once under bruised.
I got 5.
Okay. I will roll just in the off chance for the whole group of them.
Yeah.
Someone to spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Try
the
and
odds are they're not going to beat a 6 or a 5.
Pretty impressive.
They could tie a 5. It's unlikely. So the dagger is now acquired. Is anyone going to resist? They're going to try and pull everyone along now. They're like, come on, we got to get to higher ground. They're pulling the chain forward.
No, I think that's a pretty good time to play along for a little bit. Okad's just going to nestle the dagger in his furs and, pretend like everything's cool.
Try not to nick himself. I was gonna ask if like does anywhere in front of us look like a decent place where we can make like a quick getaway if we were to not subdue everyone.
So this would be particularly hard to like really have good time to get away, except for the snow. The blizzard provides quite a bit of cover to try and find an escape, but it's pretty open land otherwise. Down the hill, like several hundred meters, there's like a tree line. But right up here, up this mountain right here, it's mostly just kind of a switchback that you're following.
Is this all just one giant chain, or is it like shackles attached to each other where they can, cut one loose if he, say, dies or something like that?
Despite their crude weapons, they do seem to have actual shackles. At this point, you hear Paul, "Shelter ahead. There's a cave." And they start to move in that direction. Now, I'll check in with the group to see if anyone wants to try anything before the scene changes? Or do we want to play along as far
So,
as...
what would the roll be to see if I can't wiggle free of these shackles?
You're not going to wiggle free of them.
Then I'm playing along.
Okay.
How likely do I think it is that I could break them?
You won't be able to break them off you, but you could probably break the link with it's going to be a very difficult strength feat, but you could probably break the link between them to at least free your hands and free your feet. But it would probably take effort twice. Like it would probably take 2 different actions. So you could prioritize one or the other if you needed to.
Yeah.
It wouldn't, however, break you free of the rest of the group.
No, I could just move more easily within the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, sorry, I should specify the one at your feet would allow you to break free of the group. The one in your arms would make you able to actually, utilize your arms. So
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'm happy to play along for now.
Yeah, I think
it's shelter.
Takaris
Might
would
as
be
well.
sort of, just glancing back to see how the chain game essentially is going, and then just tries to keep a decent pace so there's no other issues on our way to the shelter for now. Hopefully a better opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, definitely. All right. We always like our curveball. So as the scene changes, why don't we'll start with Bert because he didn't have a lot of activity in the last scene. Bert, why don't you roll me a D10?
Okay. Hey, look at that. Another 1.
How is that even possible?
All right. We'll get a D100 from Wergar and a D100 from Drax.
It's good to see that some things never change.
I thought
on the plus
maybe
side, at least it's before anything deadly happened so far.
Yeah. I thought
get
that
'em out of
maybe
your
the change
system.
of game, the change of dice might have might have made a difference, but nope.
I mean, it never did for me, so.
We love you, Bert. We love you, Bert. Don't worry about it.
So the guy, just establish again once more that this is the current structure. We got Takaris, Sertan, the guy who dragged his feet, the NPC who dragged his feet, another NPC, Bulvai, Okad, another NPC, another one, the sick one, and then Okad. As you are nearing the cave, Bulvai, the one you're talking to, kind of looks back just to do his job. He looks back. And the guy behind Okad says, "He picked something up. He picked something up."
Oh, shut up. Like, seriously. You've been trying to tattle on everyone here. Shut your mouth or I'm going to come over there and I'm going to beat you.
As that chaos is happening, so there's that happening in the back now with Barudi getting vocal. The guy, this is the one that he frowns and looks at Bulvai and he says, "I'll be a minute." And he goes to Okad and he's like, "All right, I have to patch you down."
Okad looks at him as if he doesn't understand what he's saying. Just sort of narrows his eyes, shrugs.
They're awkwardly still trying to move the chain along because the snowstorm and the wind is making it hard. So there's kind of this segmented moment, and he kind of and he kind of marches along with you, and he yells out, he's like, "Halt, halt!" And the chain starts to slow down at that point.
As he turns to say halt, halt, can I I don't know. Yeah, if there's a moment where he's looking away, can I just jam the dagger into the back of his head / neck?
Yes. Yeah, you can.
Cool.
I'm going to give you a difficulty 3. And you...
Swell.
Yeah, and you can make... So ones don't take away your successes in the way I run this, unless I say they do for very specific roles.
Gotcha.
In this case, there's no penalty of that. You are just rolling your melee and your dexterity.
Gotcha.
Okay.
6 successes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll a coup de grace. We're not gonna roll damage on this one. He's not prepared for it. You get what is the equivalent of a backstab on him here, and we just see, does a dagger go through his neck? Like, what do we see?
Yeah, I think it just like slams straight down through his spine. You know, like
Okay.
Okad is a hunter. You know, he's killed a lot of wild animals with daggers before, and he just jams it in with just ferocious explosiveness. You know, like a Mike Tyson level ferocity.
Bulvi, you just lost your friend. All right.
Friend.
Yes, indeed. Why don't we get into initiative here? And for those that are familiar with like World of Darkness 20, where you all declare one way and then you go in order the other way, that's stupid. That's too long. Great idea. In practice, it just sucks. So it's we're just gonna make initiative rolls, everybody.
2, 8. I got
Where is the initiative roll here?
yeah. Top
On the
right
sheet.
of the skills screen.
Oh, okay. That one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, guess so.
I got a 12.
I got an 8.
All right. The initiative counter didn't work at all. So that's
Oh,
The one time I roll high today. Oh, this ain't working. Let's find something else.
I'll
to do.
type it out manually.
yeah.
How do I say Bulwi's name again?
Bulvi, right?
Yeah,
Bulvi.
exactly how you're saying it.
Cool.
Okay. We're gonna go middle of the road. These guys are trained to be guardsmen. So all right. Everybody beat them. That was a bad roll.
Nice.
Yeah. Seems you've caught them off guard. So
surprising.
we start with Broody. You can choose to always hold an action. That is the advantage of going first. But
So the big thing is that I obviously see this happen.
Mhm.
So I know shit's about to go down.
yeah,
Conscience says that I need to make sure the sick guy is taken care of at least. So
can't do that if you're dead.
can't do that if I'm dead.
You have to
So-
put your mask on before you help others.
I'm going to cause a bit of a distraction and basically start patting him on the back, trying to help him with his mysterious coughing fit and
Okay.
basically make sure that he starts to hunker down before shit happens. Excuse my language.
Yeah. So you're trying to basically get him. What's your motive?
Honestly, my conscience is what's driving me. This guy's already sick. He doesn't need to get stabbed or punished
He does.
for the rest of us. So I'm trying to get him out of the way so that he's not in the line of fire.
Okay. And why don't you? I was going to say this. I forgot. Why don't you describe Broody to us? Because I forgot to do that through any of the initial scenes. Why don't you tell us what he looks like?
I can do that. Baruti is probably more handsome than much anything else. Like, it's not that he's clean shaven, but he does sort of have this stylized sort of goatee sort of thing. He's obviously well in shape, long brown hair, slightly curly, with deep, jovial brown eyes. It looks like he's easy to smile. So he's that classically just good-looking guy. It's not like he's super manly, just athletic.
Okay. We cut then to the next one down the list. It's Sertan. You have, why don't we start with your physical description and then you can tell me what you're doing.
Sertan doesn't look very imposing. He is into his early 40s, so he has long hair, salt and pepper already, dotting his beard and hair. His face is weathered. He's seen stuff, but he does has. I'd like to think he has that a certain wisdom behind those wrinkles. As far as what he's gonna do, so we are shackled both hands and feet.
Yes. So to be clear, your hands are meant primarily to keep you. They're easy enough. If you were to break those shackles, you can fight freely. But the ones at your legs are kind of what keeping you on the chain, if that makes sense. Like you go over the rope with your other shackles. Those are just kind of strung along the top of it. So, yeah.
And then Guard wise, we have the dude that's choking on a dagger behind me, and then where's the other guards?
Yeah. So there's the placement. There's 5 guards left, 3 up front, 2 in the middle. Well, let's say 1 in the 2 in the. I said 6, right? So 1 in the middle because 1's dead, and then 2 in the back. Is that right? 4, 3, 4, 5. Nope, and 1 in the back. So 3 up front, 1 in the middle, 1 in the back.
And the one in the middle is the one that's choking on a dagger.
No,
he's dead already.
This is the other
Yeah.
one. Okay.
There were 2 in the middle, and there's 1 kind of bringing up the rear around.
I'm not gonna go toe to toe with dudes with spears when I don't have anything and I'm shackled. I'm gonna try to. Well, can I break these things? Can I try anything to at least loosen one hand?
Yep. So you might be able to break the link between the two. You feel like that you could do something with that. It's not going to be like stealthy. Like there's no like doing it quietly.
Yeah.
It's like it's a pure strength feat.
Not very strong. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bide my time. I'm gonna hold my action. Is there any like boulder within reach that I could, as an action further, once I think it's time, I could grab and try to whack someone over the head with it?
You mean like just big rock is what you're looking for?
It's like I'm just like literally bent down and going, what? But not like right now. It's like a holding an action.
Yeah. I wouldn't say big, but sharp. There's something nearby. So actually, yeah, I'll give that one to you. We need to do something here. So we'll say yes to that question. You're gonna hold action. So certain hold. We go to Okad. It's your turn, sir.
Yeah, I think he'll as the guy sort of having split his spine, with the dagger, I think he rips it out and kind of just drops it at the feet of Blue Eye, and he just grabs the guy's spear with one hand. And I think, can he try and like just break the shackles as he takes the spear? Is that too much in one go?
So you want to take the spear and you want to break the shackles, yes?
Yeah.
I will say you can. It's a strength athletics feat. The difficulty is going to go from 7 to 8, and you need 3 successes for it to work. Otherwise,
he's confident. I have the specialty of my athletics roll is feats of strength, so I will tick that, shall I?
Awesome. Yes.
The difficulty is 8. I like my chances.
There you go.
Boom. So he sort of, the body just drops, and as it's dropping, the guy's spear like doesn't even hit the ground. Okay, just grabs it with one hand. The dagger sort of flies off into the snow at the feet of Bolivai, and he just sort of stands up to his full height, and zing, there's a shattering of metal, and the furs like fly off his shoulders, and you can like imagine a Frazetta painting with, this shirtless, incredibly muscular, shredded, like, imagine any 1980s Russian athlete full of Olympic fuel, just like standing there, tense muscles with the shield and spear in one hand.
What kind of Olympic fuel are we talking about? The kind that Russia got in trouble for?
Yeah, the most illegal kind. Yeah. But his Olympic fuel is just pure deer meat. And yeah. And he's like covered in this spray of blood, and he's just like shaggy, hasn't shaved in, months potentially, if he ever shaved. Exactly. Yeah. And he stands there with his spear and looks incredibly eager for anybody to come near him, and if they don't, he turns his gaze on the guy who just dobbed him in.
Alrighty. Perfect. So I'm just noticing that stream's like having a shit, basically.
Having poop.
Yes. We'll see if it stabilizes. I'm just going to check something here, folks. Give me a sec. Not to lower the mood of this here. So make sure it's not my connection. It should be good enough. I'd say 770 down's probably decent enough. Probably means my upload's good. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure why we're getting flakiness. Has anyone got the stream open? Does it look weird?
It looks fine to me. I haven't seen anything. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah,
I'm watching it as we play.
Yeah, I got it running. I see nothing.
All right, I'm here and it looks good. Okay, so we will continue. So going back to the initiative order, we hit Takaris. What am I doing with this music? I need.
Oh, is there music? I can click the button.
And I'm assuming that everyone has heard the yelling from the most awesomeness of
Okay, that
epic
was deliberate.
Conan
making.
analog? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the overall kind of like terrain looking like here? Is it like a narrow path or is it?
Yeah, it's a fairly narrow path, like a switchback. So you've been going up the side of the mountain.
Okay.
You could presumably like slide off the side of the mountain. And
is there a fall risk as in like?
Yeah, there's a hit large rocks as you slide risk versus a direct fall. It's not quite a direct fall. It'd be more like sliding down the side of a mountain, but it's not a direct fall kind of risk. Yeah.
All right. For right now, Takaris would kind of be glancing back at the noise, trying to just, see what's going on. But other than that, he'll hold off. Yeah, he'll hold off for right now until the guards are more distracted, I suppose.
Okay. We cut then to Bolvi.
All right. Bolvi is gonna immediately pick up the dagger that the raging gentleman behind him just threw at him.
Okay.
And he's gonna. Is the other guard close to me since I'm in the middle?
Yes, he is.
All right.
The middle guard is close to you.
I'm assuming he's gonna turn to look at what happened, and Bolvi is gonna immediately lunge at him with a knife and try to stab him.
Excellent. Dex melee.
All right.
Difficulty 6.
Nice.
Okay. Now you're going to make a strength +2 roll. Let me just make sure there's an easy way to do that. 2, 2, 2. So when you select number of dice, you can just click the number of dice if you want. You can add a bonus, whatever's going to work. But basically, you've got 2 successes that are beyond the first that are going to roll over to extra damage. You've got a 2 from the dagger, so it's 4, and then whatever your strength is. And that's how many dice you're rolling. So your strength +4 is what you're rolling.
All right, so bonus will be 4. A difficulty?
Same difficulty. You dig in with a dagger. He's bleeding. Think of this more like getting knifed in real life. Like he's in a bad spot, whether he's not dead, but he's in a bad spot regardless. Turns out knives are bad. He has no means of healing this short of getting somewhere, but he's far from down. Yeah. So we cut to the enemy now. So not too much has changed other than one is wounded by Bolvi in the middle. So if we go back to the list here, there's a guy in front of the sick guy. He's going to turn like he's trying to get free, and the guard approaches him and holds the spear up to him. The rear guard holds the spear up to him, and he just goes, and he like gets down on his knees like, don't hurt me. But it's sort of like, it sort of pulls the chain a little bit as he does that. So that'll be the end of that one.
Okay.
We cut to the front ones. We got the guy with the whip and 2 spearmen. One of them is going to quickly hustle with his spear to Okad. Actually, I think both of the guys with spears are going to hustle to Okad. The leader with the whip is going to remain up front. I think, given that Okad's already stabbed one of them, I think they're going to both try and get to you and stab you. But I'm going to give them dex rolls, and if they fail, they're going to like slip on the snow and stuff. Like it's really icy and wet and miserable right now. So dex roll for the first one, he's good. Dex roll for the second. This is dex athletics, by the way. Okay. Neither of them got a full success, so one of them's going to get to you with increased difficulty, and one's going to have the increased difficulty by 2. So they're going to get to stab you, but they're going to have harder difficulty to try. The first one goes with his spear, difficulty 7. He gets a success. You take 3 wounds, Okad.
There's no like dodging or anything that I can do?
There is an automatic stamina that you get to take. And if you had armor, you'd be able to apply that too. You do have fur, actually, so you get to add bonus 1 to your stamina.
Okay. What does that mean?
So make a stamina test, bonus
+1?
roll of 1. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. A difficulty to 6.
Okay. You take 1.
Okay. So just click on bruise once?
Yeah. Okay. And the second guy with the harder difficulty, so he shouldn't be quite as so lucky.
In theory.
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Difficulty 8 for this guy. 2 successes, so only one of those is going to roll.
1 stamina.
All right. So you take 2 wounds total. Not ideal, but you're in a less than ideal situation right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will remind you too, willpowers give you 2 automatic successes in the future.
Right, so I could spend
Do you
one
wanna-
to not take a hit there if I wanted to.
Yeah. And I will say this. I will allow, because it's our first time playing, if you want to do that there, just keep it at 1 wound. You can do so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oops, I've done it wrong. Yeah, I got it. Cool.
All right. We are back at the top of the round with Barudi.
All right. So the guard in the back came up not to the sick guy, but the guy in front of the sick guy, right?
Yeah, who looked like he was gonna like participate, and he basically stopped him from participating.
What
You
type
didn't
of
make yourself a
weapon-
threat. Stone spear.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to
Yep.
come up from behind him,
Yep.
take his spear, and stab him with it.
Okay, so he's holding the spear tight. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying that's difficult. He is not paying attention to you. An easier tactic, you have shackles. You could try to just wrap them around his neck and choke him out.
Easier,
He's not
but not
holding
as
the-
cool.
He's setting the spear. He set the spear at this guy. So if you have some means of strength that allow you to succeed at this, it's doable.
I'm not going to say I have a means of strength. I would just like to say I've got skill, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, ripping the spear away from him is the athletics roll, Bert. So if it was your own spear, you'd be good. Or if he's walking with it as like a walking stick, you'd be good. He set the spear against this guy's throat, right? So you ever try to rip a hockey stick away from someone, or like, it doesn't tend to go well if they've got it gripped tight. It turns into a feat strength, a contested feat. That's
Okay. Well then.
so either works. Just knowing, I wanted to before you choose your fate in dice, I wanted you to be aware.
Yeah.
Part of this game, just for the audience and for the players, lean into the strengths you built your character in, and that'll work. But you have to actually have access to that. Right now, you guys are stuck on a chain.
Gonna fight on a mountain in the sun.
What if you opted for like the youngest character who has no strength?
Good luck.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna come up from behind him and I'm gonna try to choke him out with the chain.
Okay.
I am immediately gonna spend a willpower for at least 2 successes
Awesome.
because I'm gonna need it.
And then give me a strength athletics. We're gonna make it difficulty 5 because he's not paying attention.
All right.
And if you get 3, odds are you've got him. He does get to resist, but I'm going to make it harder for him because, as stated, he's not paying attention to you. He thought you were a non-threat because you went to support that other guy.
Yep.
Nice one.
There you go.
God dang.
All right. So let's see what he can pull off here. Yeah. So you get 2 that roll over. So give me a strength +2. 4. Hey,
3
good.
successes.
All right. So he's like, he's getting choked out. He really doesn't have any defense against getting choked out. He's got his spear now in just one hand, and he's like on the ground. The other guy that he was threatening is actually going to try and grab at the spear. And he's like fighting with him. He's holding onto it as hard as he can with one hand. We cut away from Broody. We go to the next action, which is Satang.
So right now there's only the dude with the whip up front. How far away is he from me?
He's like a pace because whips aren't good in close range, and he's worried, he'll get rushed right now. But you could close the distance this turn if you wanted to. Like, you've got enough slack on the chain, especially if you could time this with Takaris if the two of you wanted to go together, since you're at the very front of the chain. The two of you could kind of coordinate together. Who's next on the list? Is it Takaris? Or is it Okad?
Yeah, me.
I mean,
you
after
could hold.
Okaris, the Karis. Yeah, what I was
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold the action, and then I'll say that I will help Takaris if he chooses to charge at the whip guy.
Okay. Kind of give him two potential threats to try and stab or trying to whip, like he's trying to fight back against. That makes sense.
Yep.
So we cut to Okad, who's in like the worst of the situations right now.
But I have a spear.
You do.
And it looks incredibly familiar in his grip. Yeah, I think he's just try to kill them. Can I kill them both or just kill one? I guess it maybe depends on the roll.
You can take multiple actions, but it's a penalty.
Is in harder difficulty?
Yeah, so it will reduce your dice by 1 for every extra action you take. So if you want to do it 3 times, then you're -3 on all your rolls or all your
so
hits.
-3 or minus. So is it -1 dice per no action? I don't want to stab both.
Yeah, so I'm going to rule this, and we'll figure it out later. I think it's a minus for each extra action, -1. So -1 dice to all your rolls. So it's a -1 for 2 actions, -2 for 3 actions.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I will take a -1 and spear the first guy. Difficulty just normal 6.
Yeah. Yep. And what, to be clear too, when it's like multiple actions, it's like the same. It's like repeated actions with a weapon or a punching. It's not like doing 4 different things at once necessarily.
Right. Yeah.
So
7 successes?
Yeah. It's what you do, right? So
exactly.
So the first guy takes 6 of them, add strength, and roll that into another roll.
All right. So strength plus 6 plus with spear?
Yeah. Spear is worth 3 extra dice.
So strength plus 9?
That was a really high roll. 6, 7, 8. Yep.
And do I use specialty still for damage or no?
Not for damage.
9.
Okay. He does resist with 4, but that's still enough to drop him right through the neck, or how do you? Or through the belly?
I think the first one, as they sort of come in, and I think he's almost just like ignoring their thrusts because he's like, he knows that they're not as strong, and he just 0. Can I use a willpower, or is the botch the botch? That's fine. Maybe the spear breaks or something.
Yeah, the botch is the botch. Yeah, I think he goes and maneuvers and actually kind of the spear like breaks in his like maneuver. He like catches it between his arm and chest and kind of twists. And they're only stone spears, so maybe the binding comes undone, and the spear tip leaves it. So
yeah, maybe the binding got like caught on a bit of the guy's spine and got shredded or something. And
so all right. Well, one really good, one not so good.
One the opposite. Yeah,
adds to the drama. We go next to Takaris and potentially Sotan.
What would the roll be to try to attempt to tackle the whip guy?
If you're doing a tackle, it's brawl. It's going to be dex and brawl.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
you got to bum rush him?
Yeah, I think Takaris, because he's like, it's hard to describe. He's clean shaven. He's well groomed. His hair's cut short and everything. He's got dark hair, blackish colored hair, green eyes. He's surprisingly muscular, and he's got like some scarring on his face and arms and stuff, which you can't see most of it right now because of the leathers. But he hears all the commotion and he realizes this is probably the best chance he's gonna get. So, he's gonna rush forward and try to tackle this guy with the whip. And
what are you doing, Sertan, at the same time? Sorry, Drax, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
If Takaris is rushing him, and so you're tackling him, right?
Tackling him, yep.
Yeah, so then I guess as you're going forward with the momentum of you going, I'm going to try and grab the rock that I saw. And then if he falls, then I'm just going to start,
smashing him. Okay, well, we're going to make yours is going to be kind of a coup de grace if Drax pulls his off. But let's start with your Dex athletics to reach out and grab that rock. It's sort of like you're having to like stretch out like an athlete and grab it because of the being pulled by the chain as you go.
So you said Dex athletics. I'm gonna add 1 willpower.
Okay.
How do I
So
add that?
you can just count it. You're going to get 2 automatic successes. So just roll and we'll factor in that you get 2 free successes.
What's the difficulty on that?
6.
Oh, I did that wrong then. Not that it matters.
Yeah, true.
So that's 4 success. Yeah, you're good. So no problem. You're not bobbling the rock. You got it in place. You're good to combo with Takaris here. So now it all comes down to Takaris with the tackle. I will say Takaris, as you go, his only defense, because he's gonna, rather than trying to fight you off when you get there, he's gonna try and grab your feet and rip them out from underneath you
with the whip. Okay. Standard difficulty.
Let's start with his. Probably makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I could fall right over.
You got to clear the ground.
Yeah.
Ooh, not complete success. Okay. In turn, I will allow you for -1 dice on your brawl to simply do a dex dodge action here to kind of like step out. All you need is 2 successes
take one
or
die
more.
off of my attack.
Yeah.
To do a dex dodge. So I just rolled dex.
Yeah, if you don't have dodge, you roll dex, but you can always spend a willpower if you want for 2 automatic success.
I don't even see dodge on the sheet.
Oh, maybe it's not dodge. Athletics might be what it is in this
I don't
edition.
have athletics either, so so willpower give me +2. You said.
Yes, it would give you an automatic 2 successes.
Yeah.
Not plus.
Okay,
not
so
plus
I
2.
will tick willpower for this dodge here, and then hope that my dex works, and 2 more on my deck.
Let's see it.
They did, so that would be 4 total.
4 total. Alrighty, so
Get him.
good thing.
So I got a question: did he use the whip on me like that to try to take my legs out?
Yeah, he did, and you managed to like almost like leap over it. You like jump rope it, you know.
Okay, awesome. And then then I'm jumping over it, and I'm just kind of leaping on him, trying to tackle him to the ground.
Okay, bro. Yeah, and I will allow in this case if you want to do a strength brawl or a dex brawl, you can do either. You're at -1.
I'll do dex. It doesn't matter. It's the same for me. So 3.
There you go. He put all his eggs in that whip basket and failed. So he has no ability to fight this. You get a complete success, so there's no complication. You've tackled him onto the ground. Sertan, if you want to follow this up, it will be a brawl or melee and your strength. Right. Difficulty is 3.
Get him.
He gets smoked in the head the first time, and then we just watch as Sertan probably just keeps mustering.
It doesn't look pretty. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty.
And Takaris just sitting there like shouting at this guy that he's got tackled while he's getting his head beat in. He's like, "Where's my property?" And he's just like yelling at this guy, like just completely just enraged. He's just pissed because he wants his shit back, and they took all his stuff.
Right. All right, so we're gonna cut over to, is it Bulvi next? I think it's Bulvi next.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bulvi, the one you stabbed is the one who's just managed to accidentally but successfully rip Okad's spear apart. He is wounded from the last time you punked him with a dagger.
I will go for am I facing his back now?
Kind of. He can't, because it's you then Okad, so he can't really fight Okad and face you. So
okay.
Yeah.
Bulvi is gonna go in for another stab, and I'll try for another action for the -1 penalty for trying to take out his leg out from under him, like with a kick or something.
Okay. So the first one, so you're gonna have
and I will
-1
use
to
a
both.
willpower for that.
Okay, for the second.
Yeah, for the second one.
Okay. So the first one you're doing, we're going to give you a -1 to difficulty, so it'll be a little easier, but it's a +1 to difficulty because you're taking 2 actions. So the first attack is just flat 6 difficulty, and you're doing a dex melee.
Dex melee.
Yeah.
Ooh, good roll. All right. Now you get to add 3, 4, 5 dice to your strength and do a strength roll for damage. Ooh. You stab, must be his armor, like his fur. They said they have thick furs. You're like, just the length of the daggers, and you're not finding, quite as much, but it's still enough to hurt him. Like, he's like, oh. At that point, we go to your second action where you're going to kick him down to the ground or attempt to. That will be a dex and brawl roll. You get to 2 free successes. So just roll dex and brawl. And then whatever successes you get there, you get 2 free ones. No.
So 2.
All right. So it's not the perfect, he doesn't completely like flip onto his head or something, but it's enough to like kick him down to one knee. And he's like, oh, and he like turns back at you. And he starts reaching. You can tell he's probably got a knife on his side because he's reaching for something. As we move back to the top with Barudi. Barudi, your guy isn't completely done yet, but you've got him in a bad position. If you've ever seen MMA, like he's not getting out of this anytime soon. Yeah.
No. So what I want to do, I've got him. What I want to do is I want to try to break his neck. Like, end him right here this turn. And then basically tell the guy who's grabbing his spear, move forward.
You're telling
as
him
I
to
start trying to direct people into what to do, where to go next. Sort of.
All right. So we'll give you a freebie on the what you're doing because you've already got him held. Charisma leadership or charisma expression?
I think this would be more leadership than expression.
I'm giving you both options. When I give you both, it tends to be like your choice, by the way. So
okay. Yeah. Then I will go expression with charisma. What difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Cool.
He's not your foe.
3 successes.
Yeah, he's gonna go to reinforce, the support of the others. But I think at this point we probably we go back to, is it Okad next? No, it's Sertan.
Yeah,
Sertan, are you gonna keep just pummeling this guy till he's done?
I mean, with my high medicine, do I know that he's dead?
He's not. This is like, he's already dead. No, you're still like, he's in bad shape. If you wanted to keep him alive for some reason, he's pretty much not able to fight this round, like not able to fight as of this round. So you could leave him in more of like a concussion state, or you can a concussed state, or you can just finish him off.
What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna kill him. I'm gonna put the rock to the side. I'm gonna make sure that he doesn't have any other weapons on him, and kick the whip away. If he has a dagger, probably hand it up to Karis.
Okay. Making sure. Okay. So smart on the dagger because he did have one. So Takaris, you now have a stone dagger on you. Yeah. We cut to Okad then, right?
Yeah, I guess there's another spear on the ground after I killed the first guy, right? The second guy, I should say.
You killed one.
I daggered the first guy, took his spear. That broke after I killed the second guy, so the second guy's spear should be on the ground, yeah?
I'm just following to make sure it's true, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Maybe it's like buried in the snow. I was trying to figure out why Bullivai didn't grab it, but we'll just say that.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Whoops. He had a dagger. So can I grab that and kill the guy that the guy that broke my last spear?
Yeah, well, he's on the ground. He's the one that Bullivai's now kicked to the ground. So if you want to, just finish him off, yep, this is very doable.
Hell yeah.
If you, Dex and stabbies, and if it succeeds, we're just going to say he's done. It's a coup de grace.
6.
And with that, we have finished our first combat with not too terrible a situation.
Mm-hmm.
Before we cut to a brief break, I want to ask you all: do you want to pick up right here, or do you want to just skip the next scene to a cave? Like, the weather's not nice, so you could try and rough it out. If you want to do anything other than go to the cave, let's start right here. Otherwise, we can assume that you scrape what supplies you find here, and we cut to the cave for the next scene and kind of go over what
I'd
you gather.
rather cut to the cave because breaking free of shackles isn't really story relevant. But if somebody wants to make it story relevant, hey, who am I to disagree?
I'm good with cutting to the cave. I do want to make a point of like dragging this unconscious or semi-conscious dude into the cave with us.
Yeah, Takaris isn't gonna let that guy go either, so he'll be taken with us.
Last word on anyone opposed to any?
Would know the only thing, depending on if you want to go into detail or not, the only thing that Okab would do is basically immediately after, thrusting the spear through that guy's chest, he would turn and probably just kill the guy behind him who had tried to dob him in.
I mean,
All right.
I would like to take the whip, but
Yeah, we can talk about that detail when we get
Later.
to the cave.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we don't have like a true break screen on this, but I'm going to run ads while we go. So just so you guys know you're live, don't get me banned from Twitch, please.
all right.
All right, I suppose.
Time for
Okay.
all the racial stuff I've been saving up living in Texas.
$10,000, Bob. $10,000 right now. I'll be back.
I'm going to ads. That's it. There we go.
Success. Go team.
Yep. Nobody got seriously injured, and we managed to stab and kill people.
Yeah.
I choked out a guy and broke his neck.
Yeah, that was sick. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I get a willpower back because I had the highest kill count because of my sociopath nature.
There's no alcohol here. And there's no real, we're not in a position for me to, go into my demeanor, but
Yeah, we don't have to go into detail. I think that mine is becoming fairly evident to a
yeah.
degree.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, great success. Now we just got to survive the blizzard that I summoned upon us.
Good job, brah. Good job.
Such dramatic music.
I wouldn't say dramatic as I would say traumatic. Seems like something that would be starting to play just as somebody undergoes some serious trauma.
It's the best time for music.
Trauma
Exactly.
music's the best music? I don't know about that. That seems kind of anti the theist. Nah, that doesn't work for me.
You got to be inspired by a bunch of powerful emotions to make powerful art.
You use magic to get over trauma. No, you use music to get over trauma, not cause it.
Oh, there's Guantanamo Bay, and they locked people in tiny rooms with fluorescent lights that never turned off and played them like non-stop pop music to torture them.
Sounds like a vacation.
Hmm.
One day you're going to hear about how I murdered my friends here in Texas.
In real life,
Yeah,
that's fair. It's deserved.
very much so. I have started painting miniatures. It's all their fault.
Oh,
That's
that's definitely a mistake.
It is a mistake. I bought into one game because, well, they made it sound cool.
Yep. And then you get drawn in forever.
Yeah, basically.
So I got a knife. So that's good.
We got heaps of
Well, a
weapons.
dagger, I suppose.
Got spears and shit.
We got a whip. I got a whip.
Yeah.
Takaris is not happy. Well,
About being enslaved.
well, that too, but no. More about him losing his stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too. Okay, I didn't have a lot of stuff, but he had an important stuff that he rather liked.
Two stuffs.
2 stuffs.
That's okay. This little prisoner we got, he's going to give us some information or he's going to have a really bad time.
I think he's gonna have a bad time anyways.
Yeah.
I think he's
he
going
could
to
have
tell
a
us what
worse
we want to
time.
know and still have a bad time.
That's fair, but he can't know that because if he does, then he's not going to cooperate.
Is there a black market for organs yet at this time?
I'm
No,
pretty
because
sure
nobody
there
knows how to
might.
put them back in.
I
They only know how to take them out.
No,
Wait,
I'm pretty
no,
sure there's
there
black
is.
market organs for,
Sorcerers
like,
are around.
sorcery.
About saying
Yeah.
you're assuming they want them for that reason.
Yeah. Why
I
would you need to put
corrected
him back in for?
myself. I realized my mistake.
Heroes, we're going to establish an organ trade.
Heroic.
No. I mean, if we're sitting there and joining forces with the sorcerers, I guess. I mean, I'm going to go with, I guess,
What does this do?
things and stuff.
I
I
raised
love
my hand.
stuff.
No damn classroom. Why are you raising your hand?
Look,
Can I go to the bathroom?
first off, as a teacher, I need you to understand. In a classroom, people don't even raise their hands.
Times
true.
change, I guess, because that's not how it was when I was a kid.
Maybe you people
The
are just barbarian.
times they are changing.
Aren't they? Are always.
Like, I teach grown adults who you think would know how to raise their hands when they have a question. No, just start shouting.
No need for all that.
Knowing
I've
where we
seen
were,
far too many adults that act worse than children. So yeah,
There aren't too many adults that act better than children.
yeah, that's fair.
could you imagine? Like just being an adult that plays tabletop games?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No.
So yeah,
Ridiculous.
Being an adult that plays tabletop games,
Grow up.
that doesn't go out and, get into trouble every weekend.
yeah.
Sounds like a fairy tale.
True.
Sounds like something.
Dun, 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 dun.
I like how the music implies that we're like very roughly looting. It's very dramatic while we're running through their pockets.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like a montage of us like finding stuff.
Yeah.
Junk, junk, junk.
I so wanted to just kick one of these dudes off the fucking mountain.
Oh yeah.
That would have been a good one.
See, my plan was to steal a spear and stab him with it, but my strength's not that high.
Yeah, that makes sense. You did
What do
good.
you mean not that high? I mean, like what?
It's
Two?
only a 2.
Well, that's average. I think that's what baseline is, isn't it? Like a 2.
Start
is
hitting
average.
them.
What's a gym?
That's another
Lifting
thing.
heavy rocks, bro.
We live heavy stuff.
Just start pushing those boulders up the hill, man, up the mountainside, bro.
Yeah, clearly I haven't seen OCAD's workout montage. It resembles,
Exactly.
it resembles Rocky from
That
Rocky 4.
training routine is
Right.
run, stab a deer.
Yes.
Okay,
Run,
that's the
Carries
first
stab
year.
another
gas
deer.
boulders on his back and starts running up the mountain.
Correct.
Exactly. But he's not doing it for any reason other than, I need to take
It's
this
fun.
rock over there.
It's just a good time.
He was a master
Yeah,
of the
he's
Dodge
having
Rod
fun.
tournament. So,
That's right.
That's right.
okay,
Dodge rock.
let me quickly shift the music back to something else. If I can figure out why the hell it won't let me. There we go.
I don't know. What the fuck?
You find your way to the cave. It felt like forever getting there. Some of you are wounded. Some of you are just simply tired and malnourished. It's been a rough go, but nevertheless, all of you managed to make it there. Your entire chain gang, strangely alive. I didn't expect it quite to go that way. It did.
I killed one.
Yeah, he killed
I
one
killed
of
the betrayer.
ones to snitch on him.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. Basically straight away, like as soon as he pulls the spear out, he just turns and jams it into the guy who tattled earlier. Doesn't say a word.
Yeah. Well, that might establish something for our friend Baruti here, who gets to see that.
Can I claim a willpower back on account of my nature, by the way?
I'll allow it. You're going to need it. In addition to that,
I'll allow it. You're going to need it.
in
Just
addition to that,
one solid breath.
everyone can reduce one wound by 1 or get a willpower back at the end of that scene.
I'll
All
take
right.
the willpower.
I'm going to take that willpower. Is
I'm
there
gonna
anyone
say-
else still
I'm
hurt?
going to say that if you ever succeed at getting your nature demeanor, you can't get 2 willpower back. You
That's
have
fair.
to, right? You have to, you can spend a
1%.
willpower and reduce a wound, though, right?
Okay.
You can't.
I was 1 willpower and 1 wound. I'm immortal.
Again.
Exactly.
It's
God
going to make
damn.
the game more playable. Otherwise, your frontliners
Yeah.
are constantly going to get,
Messed up.
Wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need armor. God damn.
You do.
Was there
All right,
anybody
let's
else
talk about salvage.
hurt?
And let's talk about let's do some luck rolls, y'all.
Okay.
Oh.
So before we dive into the general salvage, what you guys confiscated from them, let's start with really important items that you want. Important, but like important to your character. It doesn't have to be like D&D important, magical or whatever, but it's like let's figure out whether they're here or they've been taken and are a bit more of a long-term plot.
Right.
So just going around the table here, is there anyone who mentioned an item originally? All right, Sertan, what is the item that you were parted from? Maybe you didn't quite follow me there. That's okay. I wasn't super descriptive. Let me try again. I'm looking for personal effects that were taken from you that matter to your character. That could be, yeah. Okay, what is it?
It was. I don't know if you were talking to me or not because you kind of like wrote it out for me. I don't know what happened to my internet.
Fine for mine.
Yeah, it was me. It's been acting weird this last few days. But mine, I mean, I have two, but if I want to have one for sure, it's my amulet.
All right, now comes into the luck. Call high or low.
I will call high.
Roll a d10. If it's high, you got it. If it's low, it's been exchanged somewhere. Looks like you have a long-term plot, my friend.
Ish gal.
Make sure you note that. And we're going to give you guys individual sort of threads in Discord just so we can account for those things and follow your plots a little bit further. Anyone else ready for the luck rule? Anyone else got anything? Can be
I got
equipment,
something.
items.
Yeah, me
I
too.
don't necessarily have equipment, but obviously I'm going to have like my loot. It's more like a little hand harp though, not necessarily a loop or a lute.
Roll a
Just a
d10.
small little.
Well, before you do, call high or low, and then roll a d10.
They say it's 50-50. It's not. It's more like I'm
Not for
going
you.
to. I'm not gonna have it.
It's
Let's
only
go
funny because
high.
it's true.
Why did you pick high? He picked high and he always rolls so low. Why did you do that?
Because if I pick low, I'm
Then
gonna
you
roll
roll
a 10.
high. Yeah,
That's true. You got to remember,
true.
he did roll a lot of 20s for madness too. So.
That's
yeah,
true.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Well, you have something to recover or replace. We'll go to Karis. I saw the hand raise, and then we'll go to
he had a few things, but I think currently the most important would be his tools that he needs.
his
more than anything.
smithing tools.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
High or low?
I'll go high.
That's
Sweet.
going to help all of you.
That's that's a good thing.
Yeah. You find we'll say that probably a lot of you notice, as you're divvying up items, you see Dakaris claim a set of tools. They're almost like just doing a quick check. Bolvi, you haven't seen anything quite like this, but they look like, what you'd account to be smithing type of tools. They just look extraordinary. We go to, I think, Okad, you were next on the speaking up.
My spear. Could say my father's spear, but it's not my father's spear. It's fucking mine. Hi.
You find your father's spear.
Okad, one of the spears. Maybe it was like at the front or the back, or one of the people he wasn't fighting. He goes down, and the head of the spear is made of obsidian, and it's sharpened black, glossy, and the shaft is carved with feminine symbols and nature symbols. It looks well worn. The hand grips where you would typically hold a spear, almost worn smooth from many, many years of use.
All right, I'll check in with Bolvi.
Bolvi had a finely wrought dagger that he had when he first started, getting some money, and that has some pretty good sentimental value.
Hey, Dicey Decisions, welcome in, friends. We are currently playing a Mythical Age World of Darkness meets Conan-style game. Think Hyboria, as far as theme, but playing in the pre-deluge part of World of Darkness. Gotta throw them a shout out.
Shout.
So while we're doing that, Wergar, feel free to call high or low and give a roll.
I'll do high.
No, not this
Okay.
time.
Now we go to, I think we'll go back around Sertan. Is there anything else of note?
If it's the other thing of note for him would be his dagger. I'm gonna stay with high.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Damn.
What are you doing, guys?
Well, yeah, I did note that they traded away a good bunch before. So for those that just came in, they are a random group of strangers that were all on the same they were on the same chain gang. They were being pulled into the north by slavers, going up a snowy mountain when a blizzard hit, and they just broke free. Now they're collecting their goods and seeing what's left in, and we're using a bit of luck to see what's been traded away and what's still here. And a lot of their important items are not here, so we've got lots of questing to do from here, it looks like. But
Yep.
so we'll go back to Barudi. What's it looking like for you, friend?
I think the only other thing he would have would probably be, I think it would have to be his a memento of his sister. Probably some sort of necklace that he's since turned into a bracelet or something.
That sounds reasonable. Let's see. Call high or low first, and then roll.
All right. This one's actually important. Trent, shut up. I'm gonna go
give him
with
advantage.
God. You just had to open your mouth, didn't you, Drex? I'm gonna go with low.
There you
go. Smart money. Smart
Hey,
money.
look at that. We've proven your bad luck and you succeeded. So congratulations.
That's what, my third one today?
Yeah, I think so. It is actually, yeah. God damn it.
We go back.
The only thing of extreme importance that would be left of his would be his personal sword that he had. He crafted himself. He's basically chalking up his wares as being everywhere else at this point.
That's fair. Why don't you choose? This is going to be a big one because this is not a stone spear.
Yep, I'm going high again.
Okay.
Yep, not this time. So there's my quest line.
Okay. We go back to Okad. Anything
I don't
else?
think he's after any more stuff. I mean, he's after people, but stuff-wise, that's it.
Yep, I'm already seeing where to go thing here, but I'm gonna just check in with Bulva. Anything else of
a silver ring with the initial of B on it.
Okay. High or low?
I will do high. Still.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
We're nothing but high.
You find your silver ring. Part of the reason you were befriending that guy is because you knew he had your ring. He was wearing it. So you find it on his hand and you take it back. Are there any other items of note?
I'm content for right now. That's good.
Okay. You've all reached the cave in the middle of the blizzard. There are those wounded. You're still going to want to patch those up. And similar to Pendragon rules, it's hard, really, really hard to do that on your own. So you're going to want to We're going to want to look after any of the wounded. In addition to that, the snowstorm is not letting up. You're going to be trapped here for a little bit. Most of you recall, all of you recall, that you passed by a fairly major trade hub like a week ago. And you remember them offloading quite a bit. You remember them talking about how effectively they were just too encumbered to take everything. So they very likely, if you're going to find it anytime soon, that would be the easiest sort of next destination.
How far back was that? Sorry.
Like about a week. About a week. Yeah. But at this point, if everyone's comfortable playing a little bit longer, we started late, so I don't mind running late, like 15, 20 minutes. I think this is, these are all brand new characters. You're in this cave. I'll spend a little bit of time fleshing out the chain gang before the next session. But I wanted to leave some room for that to be fast and loose this time. Didn't expect them all to survive either. Well, all -1. So with that in mind, I think it's a good opportunity for all of you to roleplay because you really don't know each other. None of you do. Let's start with one thing from each of you before we open roleplay about the thing that would have been the most noticeable, good or bad, about you while you were being held captive. And we'll maybe start with, I'll just choose randomly. Drax, start with you, throw you under the bus. What's the one thing people noticed about Dakaris?
I'd say the most obvious would be just how well groomed and such that he is. He's clearly not just some random person that you would find in a city or anything. He's clean. He's clean shaven. Nice haircut. It's not unkempt. So he's definitely not of low stock, essentially.
In stark contrast to Okad, he is well civilized, which is something not well understood either by most of you that haven't spent a long time in or even be aware of great civilizations, because there's only a few of them. Hey, thanks very much for the follow, Dicey's Decision. We will cut from Dakaris then. We're going to go to Sertan. What do we know about Sertan? Or what is the thing that stands out the most about Sertan on the travel here?
About Sertan, I feel like the most outstanding thing for him it would be that I feel like he wasn't outwardly friendly or helpful, but if he'd seen someone at some point being sick, like the dude that was coughing, or like someone not having enough to eat, he like not make a big show out of it, but he'd like share or try to help. If there's were like little herbs on the ground that he could have probably picked to help at some point, he probably did that, but pretty quietly. Too much of a show of it.
Gotcha. Doable. Okay, we're gonna cut to Okad next. Trent?
Yeah, I think. Well, let's follow that line. Conversely, I think that whenever those, like when the guy got sick or when people were stumbling and things, probably you would have noticed Okad not sneering, but kind of like just looking with disdain. And simultaneously, like whenever it's time to move, even though it's like cold and snowy and slippery and they're all chained up and stuff, he's just super comfortable moving through this terrain and through this wilderness. And he also probably hasn't really said anything to anybody. Like he's clearly paying attention, but he's not. Yeah, he hasn't said anything. He's not spoken to anybody. He's just been watching carefully and moving with confidence.
Makes sense. Okay. We'll go to Barudi next. Bert?
I think the big thing everyone notices about Barudi, aside from the fact that he's traditionally handsome, is that he's always got some sort of melody that he's humming along, singing slowly, just some sort of music always sort of around him. It's almost as though he's got a sing-songy sort of voice, that goes
Okay.
along with it.
Probably not the funnest thing either to sing along well on the being in occupation or occupy. What's the right word for that? Enslaved. We'll just say it. We'll call it a spade a spade. That's we move to Bulvi. What do we see the most from Bulvi?
The thing that people immediately notice when he first got into the chain gang, every time they moved or they got roughed up a bit, somehow Bulvi seems normal, like he eats and drinks just like everybody else, but there's something different in the way that he carries himself. Not like a noble, but more like there's something off about him, and it's kind of regal in its effect.
Yeah, good point. Does anyone have the awareness skill at 2 or more?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I have
Awareness? No.
at 2.
Not alertness, awareness.
Awareness at 2.
Yeah. Mine's at 1.
Okay. Sertan, Takaris, 2 of you, something about Bulvi just sets you at a little less ease, Can't really place it. Doesn't make sense to you. Takaris, back home, there were a couple of the council that had a very similar feel. You were never really able to explain it. It just reminds you of being back home. With that, we're going to cut to just open role play between a lot of you. I'm going to go ahead and I think it's important to get PC to PC interaction. So I know there's other NPCs here. Let's assume that they're off in another huddle around another fire. Maybe there's 2 fires because it's hard to, hard to get everyone huddled around one. So, or busy, etc. But we'll cut in at that point.
I think Okad is just sitting by the mouth of the cave, just looking out. The wound on his shoulder he's kind of he's covered in blood for various reasons, but it seems like all the blood is drying, including the wound on his shoulder, which seems to have sorted itself out in the interim. And he's just sort of perched really still. You know how would you describe it? There's a lot of cultures where people just squat really naturally all the time, unlike most people from Western cultures. And he's just sitting there with his butt on his heels flat on the ground,
Perched,
holding
almost.
his heel. Perched, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
and just dead still.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well,
Cars would probably be at this point. He's near the fire because that's where the most light's at. He's actually looking over his tools and trying to free himself of the chain gang, essentially. And the tools are not stone; they're metallic. If they can tell a difference.
Yeah, these look like or not wizard, magical tools is what they look like to anyone of interest. They almost gleam. You can see almost like a bit of your reflection, but it's distorted in them. They're shiny.
So that's what he's doing. Occasionally glances at the others around him until he's free anyways. He doesn't say much other than that for right now. He's focused on the task.
I think Baruti would probably be one of the few people who actually does come up to Karsus. He's got that whip that the one guy had just kind of wound up, and he's taken an interest in your tools. He's still got chains and everything, and he's like, "Are you some sort of sorcerer?"
Cars kind of just glances at him a minute, then looks over to Akkad. He doesn't really know his name or anything, really, but he just looks at the bloodied up guy and points towards him. You first. Let's get it out of these chains. He just kind of leaves the question hanging for right now.
Yeah, I think he'll sort of just lower his head a little bit and just acknowledging that he's been addressed from behind. Let me know if this is not appropriate, but I think you probably look over and he just kind of holds up a twisted shackle, a piece of metal that he's broken free of himself.
Does he still have the ankles shackled too?
I think if it's okay with Bob, I think he probably just sort of quietly broke out of them.
Okay, that's fine too, because I know he's got that strong stuff. Up to Bob though.
I think he kind of bangs it on the ground and kind of looks past his shoulder with like a raised eyebrow, like holding it up. Like it's not quite sure what it is, but you seem to.
Yeah, Tikaris would just offer a nod, then looks back to Baruti, the one that just spoke to him. I guess it's your turn then. He goes about trying to get him freed out of his chains and stuff. Name's Tikaris. And no, I'm not some sort of sorcerer. I'm a craftsman.
A craftsman? Sorry, that was kind of rude of me. Baruti, I'm a traveler. What is it that you make what is that? I've never seen its like before.
Something that is more common where I'm from than what is found out here and elsewhere. You'll find no stone toolets as well as anything I craft. I don't know, has he seen Okad's spear, the obsidian one?
Yeah, probably. He's not hiding it. He's probably holding it with some degree of pride.
Yeah. So Takaris looks over to Okad where the spear's at and everything, like, except maybe that. That's pretty significant. Very nice work.
Okad's probably turned at this point and is like sitting with his back to the wall so he can see both out of the cave and this conversation. And he kind of looks and sees you looking at the spear. Yeah. And he just kind of nods and he sort of slides over a little bit and just kind of holds it out with one hand. Doesn't give it to you exactly, but just to let you look.
Yeah. Karis, he does. He actually studies it, even from where he's at. He's seen plenty of different types of work, but there's a beauty in the simplicity, yet it seems dangerous.
He says a word in a language that probably nobody understands. And then sort of shrugs and opens his mouth and grabs a hold of his tongue and then nods to the spear.
Yeah, Takaris isn't sure what to make of that, but he just kind of nods a bit. Yeah, he's baffled. He just goes ahead and starts breaking everyone out of the chains as they go. Start with Baruti and then Sertan.
Might just give me one basic roll. I mean, this is nothing special for you, but let's just make sure everything goes well.
Yeah. What would the attribute be for that? Is it a mental intelligence? Or is it a strength roll? Or...
Yeah, int or wits, probably in this case.
Int's good.
As he's working on breaking everyone from the shackle, these tools, would they be familiar to me with the knowledge that I have from my background?
I don't think so, actually. But you notice something around your wrist where that, you felt a bit of cold when they shackled you up. You assumed that they were just cold, but it never kind of went away. And around your wrists and your ankles, you have almost like burn marks, like circular burn marks. And you're kind of just like doing your best to hide it. As you look around, you notice no one else has them.
I'm going to make a point of like with the furs that might be around. He kind of like covers his wrist and such. And he'll look around to see, is anyone else hurt right now?
Okad has a wound, I believe.
Yeah, I healed it with the free thing you gave me.
Does that get both for? Because I thought you took 2, or did you only take 1?
Yeah, because I spent the willpower to block the second one, and so I had 1 wound and 1 willpower, and I got the willpower back by being an absolute murderer.
So
and
Okad's good. There's the whip guy, the guy that got whipped, the guy who was dragging his feet originally was wounded. There's the cough guy for sure. Doesn't look good.
But they're on their other fire. They don't.
I don't think anyone else.
I was gonna say the whip guy is probably not gonna be feeling too good for a while, because occasionally you'll see Takaris literally just walk over there and knock his ass out again anytime he wakes up. Really cause a problem. Yeah. No, Takaris took it really personal. Apparently, yeah, he's not even dealing with that guy. He got the answers he needed out of yeah.
Well, I think not seeing any of the immediate party members, for lack of better words, being hurt. I think he's just gonna maybe scooch himself closer to the fire, like I said, try to make sure that those things are as not as visible as he can make them. My English is one to crap there. I'm just trying to hide them as best as he can, and he'll look around and say something along the lines of, "Do any of you have any idea where we're headed, or where we were headed?"
Bovile, speak up. That friend that our hulking giant skewered, he told me about some master that they worship that can control the weather. It seems like they were taking us to him. Where that is, I do not know. And I apologize for not saying my name earlier when we were doing introductions. I am Bulvi. And as he says his sentence, there's like a soft musical tone that is in his voice. It's not like he's doing it on purpose. For some reason, whatever is going on in his body, his voice is almost musical.
I think Okad turns hearing your voice, and he's currently watching the blacksmith do his work, pretty fascinated by it. And then as you just start talking and this kind of melodious, would you perhaps say unnatural sound twinkles over him, he kind of looks his eyes narrow a little bit, and he just kind of like rubs his belly in what appears to be like a ritual symbol, like somebody would make the sign of a cross or something like that, and he just kind of rubs his hand over his belly and moves away a little bit.
I would also like to thank you. What is your name, perchance? And he's looking at Okad. I would like to thank you for throwing that knife at my feet, or else I wouldn't have a weapon to fight those slavers.
I think somehow from that sentence, he kind of dissuades something. You can see him thinking, and he sort of taps his own chest.
It's good to meet you, that you are a strong fighter. I don't think I've ever seen someone fight like that before. You easily dispatch them. Where do you come from?
He sort of tilts his head like a dog, he doesn't answer. And then he sort of thinks, and he looks around and sees a dagger, and he points at the dagger and then points at you and then claps his bicep and nods with a form of sort of respect,
Obviously,
Well, I would
he
do
thinks
something
you're
back.
strong.
Thank you. I don't think I did that well, but it's enough.
And then he looks at the sick person on the ground, the guy coughing. Is he sitting down? How bad does he look?
Yeah, he looks like he's got sweats. He's as malnourished as you all, but he looks more pale. His cough is wet and frequent.
I think he takes the dagger off of his belt and kind of holds it up and just nods at the guy, as in like, you want me to take care of that?
He looks terrified. Does he see it, or who are you motioning towards?
It.
Yeah, he's like, he almost has a heart attack there. Is anyone chime in or get involved there?
Can I roll something to see if the man is even gonna make it? If we want to take him with us, or if it's like worth.
Yeah, you absolutely can make a medicine roll to see if he's likely to make it.
Takaris basically just looks up a moment from what he's doing, freeing one of the others from their shackles, essentially. Doesn't seem overly concerned either way.
What difficulty?
He is stacking up all the shackles after he's taking them off, because other than that, yeah, he's taking that with him.
I'm going to roll with intelligence, if that makes sense. Intelligence medicine.
Baruti would probably... yeah, that's more than half. Baruti would actually stand up and just deadpan look him square in the face.
Look in the face?
Yeah, looking at Okad just square in the eyes.
I think as soon as that happens, Okad stands up as well, and he's like, you can see his entire body sort of tenses, and he just brings the spear into essentially a fighting stance. He doesn't particularly look like he understands what's going on, but he knows a challenge when he sees it.
We cut to Bulvi, who's kind of standing. Where are you in proximity to this?
I would say closer to the fire, but not like right on it, because there's already enough people crowded around it. I would say that if Okad is on like one side of the cave, Bulvi is on the other, and kind of like trying to keep close enough, but still keeping his distance. He doesn't know like who these people are.
We cut in on a scene with Bulvi and a man in robes standing beside him. We're going to need them, at least for now.
I know. This is just happening so fast. I've never been in anything like this.
Things will get more difficult before they get better. For now, the big, dumb, strong one He's gonna need some restraints.
Hey.
That's right, big, dumb, strong one.
Look at the
I'm the
muscle.
small, dumb, weak one.
But what about my character in the game?
You think soft words will help? Because look at the muscles on him. He hardly understands anything I say.
But he respects you. It's more than some of the others have.
And others, I hardly know anything about them. At least he's easy to read.
That one, he says, motioning to Karis. That one comes from Atlantis. And with that, we end the session. All right, this has been our first session of Shadow of the First Age, a Hyborean Conan-like adventure through the mythology of World of Darkness. Hope you all had fun. We're going to do some brief shout outs to people because we do, unlike when we were doing Intelliad and people are kind of just roaming around one project, we got people in different online projects now. So we might as well. They don't have to be current. You can shout out things that have VODs, guys, or whatever else you want to do, or just let people know where they can find you if you have a public presence. If you don't, cool. No stress at all. We're going to start with Bert and then go to Trent.
I am Bert, playing Baruti. You can find me Mondays with Cyberbro in the Cyber Station, playing in his RuneQuest campain. Ouch.
Continue. No, you completely hard froze.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
We heard you.
on Mondays. You can find me playing in that RuneQuest campaign. It's a lot of fun, and so's this.
Awesome. We'll go to Trent.
Yeah, I'm Trent. Hi. I play with Bob sometimes. That's about it. I play role-playing games. I'm making role-playing games, and sometimes I make my guys kill people who don't deserve to be killed.
Sometimes you GM on the channel too.
Sometimes that's true. We did Delta Green. That was really good. You should go watch it.
Awesome. Drax.
This is the only place to find me is our Friday night stuff, as it says in the little screen there. Cars played by me, Drax. Outside of our Friday night game here, I don't have a public presence. What time I do have, I play a variety of video games, but nothing streamed at this point.
Noted.
And off you go.
We'll go to Wergar next.
Hey guys, Wergar playing Bulvi. Strictly on Fridays in this game here. Don't do like other games within the community at the moment.
Hearing lots of room for recruitment, GMs. I'm just kidding. We'll cut over to Yampa.
What's up, guys? Yampa playing Sir Tan. Really happy to be back with these guys and the little chaos that we get into. I really like the vibe of this group. You can catch me here on Fridays. On Thursdays, you can catch me over at the Cat's Meow show for some vampire stuff for New Bloods. We don't know what we're doing. We're probably going to die next session. Usually how it happens. But we're on hiatus for that one. And on Mondays with Bert over at Super Cyber Station for some RuneQuest. And if there's any other DMs, I'm good. I guess I need more. Give me more sessions.
I'd love to be in more, but I can't. Just no time for scheduling. It sucks so bad.
Understood. We will, I'll go ahead and close her. So as far as other projects on this channel, we just ran our first episode of 2 of Call of Cthulhu, run by Paula Deming from the Glass Cannon Network, and Push the Roll, and Graveyards of Arkham that was put on by Chaosium. If you want to check that out, highly encourage it. Super fun to get to play with Paula. In addition to that, so that's on Wednesday, the 17th of December, I want to say. Yes, Wednesday the 17th of December is part 2 of that little session. We have on Saturdays 3-part picking up, which is called Days of Darkness, and includes Mark from the Cat's Meow, Zach, who is on Crown of Thorns, Ree, who's on Mortal Rolls and is also on Crown of Thorns, and Emmeline, who's new to the community, but not new to Vampire by any means. as very much a vampire influencer. So if you want to check that out, you absolutely should. So it will be a blast. It's set in the Eastern Roman Empire in the year 797, just before Constantine VI is deposed. So, and then we have Pendragon. We're primarily a Pendragon channel. We do Pendragon twice a week, and eventually this group might go back to it. So we would have 3 groups again. We are playing from the Rise of Uther to the Death of Arthur, a super long campaign. I think we're on like almost 200 episodes in the first like flagship game that launched on Sundays. We have the Boy King and the Land and the King, 2 different perspectives told right now. One kind of aside Arthur, and the other one sort of behind the scenes, dealing more with the ladies of the lake and all the other mysteries of the land a little bit more, if you want to check those out. And I think that's all for my public profile. I'm trying to keep that. So if you like what you saw here, we're doing some more creative stuff. We're going to have a lot more mini series type approaches. We're going to have like 2 to 4 sessions. You can find those probably on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Also, shout out to our TTRP or our talks. So I have Legends Table now, Legends at the Table, where we do talks. We sit down with influencers, with game designers. We sit down and explore games, and we're kind of looking for cementing a niche over there. But we've had some pretty big guests: Trevor Duvall, B. Dave Walters, etc., John Wick, Sandy Peterson, who made Call of Cthulhu, a whole smattering of people. Matthew Dawkins, who ran Crown of Thorns for us and also wrote Chicago by Night and a whole bunch of World of Darkness books. So that's everything. Sorry for the long-winded. I won't do that every time, guys. Wanted to get that out for episode 1. We're going to go ahead and go to a raid, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Thanks,
Have a good
everybody.
night.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.